Hillary.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good. Look at my new swag.
I love it.
I made it.
You're so crafty. You're so crafty.
I'm gonna put up a shop, y'all, where you can buy stuff. It'll take a while because I'll make it on demand. But I gotta figure out. I'm stressed about taking pictures for it. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
I am doing well because I'm here with you
Yes.
and I have a lovely beverage.
I just have a little fireball. I didn't have time to.
My Bailey's with a splash of screwball.
Ooh, I could have done that too. Why didn't I do that?
I don't know.
Well, we are recording on Sunday, February 16th. If you're watching and listening, it's on or after Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. This is season 7, episode 7. Yeah.
So while we were recording last week, the Super Bowl was going on. And we should have mentioned the U2 connection because Kendrick Lamar is on Songs of Experience with American Soul, which I was reminded of prepping for this episode.
Yes, me too. Me too.
I was like, oh, we should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
But my entire social media feed is just people dancing to and talking about that halftime show. And I'm just like, I don't know, it's really bringing me joy because it's a wonderful thing to enjoy and celebrate in art instead of the other shit show going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, combining that and the shit show without talking about politics, so many people were commenting they couldn't understand what Kendrick Lamar was saying.
Yeah.
And people posted these memes like, okay, white men who are complaining about this. Pearl Jam. I mean, everything he says is you can't understand anything Eddie Vedder says.
It's like that. You sent me a TikTok or something once that was, so it was like Dave Matthews, Eddie Vedder, like the Creed guy, and they're all like, when I go back and watch some of it now, I can't understand him. I think it was just moving so quickly, like there are parts I'm like, oh, this is very clear, these words in this section. But I was trying so hard to soak it in.
But I mean, most of the time you hear a song, on the first run, you're going to get the words wrong.
Yeah. Or just not even, they'll just go over your head because you're not even paying attention to them. So.
I mean, I remember for, it was something from, hold on. It's something from Songs of Experience.
I wish we could just skip ahead and talk about that album.
No, right? We can't. They're rules.
We made them.
This country is built on rules.
Is it though?
No. I was just quoting A Few Good Men.
Oh, okay. You can't handle the rules.
No, we can't. Hold on. What was I heard these lyrics so wrong. And it was like they released the song, but they didn't have the lyrics yet. It was like way early. And,
yeah.
When Bono says Aleppo, I thought he said something about a lamppost. I was like, these words don't make sense.
That would not make sense.
No.
Yeah. So Hillary had a great idea for this episode. First, we are going to talk about my U2 UV book game. We'll talk about that for a minute. But then Hillary had a great idea for 2 days. I don't know how long ago you had the suggestion. We recorded at 7:30, and at 6:45, we both started doing research for it.
Of course, that's just how we work.
We should probably, I don't know, plan ahead.
I thought we were planning ahead.
Content was planned ahead, but then we ended up
doing research,
having to look some stuff and watch these stuff.
That's just us. That's just how we roll.
I know. At least when I was running late, watching stuff, I knew you were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, because I should purchase more things that have to do with Sphere, this was a big trauma purchase. I mean, I probably would have gotten it anyway, but I think that email had been in my inbox for approximately 22 seconds. Right. And I was like, purchase. But it's supporting a small artist because they're photographs by our friend Ross Stewart.
Oh, Ross.
I have asked him if he would like to submit a little audio for this episode. I have not heard from him yet, but if he does want to, we'll put it right here. Okay, there was a thing from Ross there or not. I've asked him multiple times if he wants to come or send something, and he just goes, thanks. So we'll see. But it says that these are photos never seen before, and it's just glorious. I mean, that's so cool. It goes by song. I don't know that it's not in like look how nice that is. It's not in like set list order or anything, but it is put together by song. And I don't know how you go through this. And I mean, how many versions of this? He must have 100 versions of that photo. Like, it had to have been like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo situation. And then, I mean, it's everything. It's none of the images are like, you're not going to learn anything new.
Right.
It's just new versions, but it's just, a nice keepsake. I love this. So cruel. Like, they're so far back and it's just so dark with them in the middle.
Yeah.
But then when you think it's done, but there's like all the thank yous. Where did it go? All the thank yous that they do, all the artists that are on the screen and who did this and who did that. But then there's like from the underground, and there's stuff from around Vegas, that kind of stuff. Wait, there's something written by someone. Oh, it might be a review of the show from Hot Press journalist. Let me find it real quick. No, it definitely is. It's from someone from Hot Press. I'm not gonna keep flipping, but it's gorgeous. If you are, it's sold out right away, but now there's a second pressing of it. So, photography, Ross Stewart, art direction, design, Sean McGrath, and creative director Gavin Friday. So, all those usual folks. I'd say if you're wondering if it's worth the money, I would say yes for y'all if you're thinking about it.
Well, when do I need it?
Oh, and it's numbered.
Oh,
yeah. So this must be the first pressing, 371 of 3,000. I forgot about that. So it does make it a bit of a collector's item. That there. So yeah, support small artists. I mean, he got paid to take all the pictures, so I don't know. And there's a forward from him too, a little thing from Ross, but he did post that on social media also.
Awesome.
But yeah,
dear Ross.
Yeah.
And if you were wondering, the photo on our new page is by Ross.
He's our staff photographer.
He's staff photographer. And we're going to keep that picture up there until we get another one.
Until he takes a new one. Yep.
Thanks, Ross.
It's thanks. We do have permission to use it. So
he's credited every time we use it.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. I need to come visit you and look at the book.
Yes. Please.
I would love that.
If that's what gets you here, I'll take it.
I'm holding out on my traveling excursions until we hear if there's maybe a Gavin Friday tour.
Oh.
In the U.S.
Good call.
And then if we hear that there's not, then I'm gonna go places.
Speaking of tours, that reminded me that this one time Bono went on a book tour.
Yes, I see that.
And in May, there's a new version of the book coming out that coincides with a release of the movie.
Yeah,
movie video. production.
I don't.
It's not like a movie.
Not
I
like
mean, there's a story.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, the book says it's a paperback. It has a new foreword by Bono, and it's shorter because I think it coincides with the scenes in the show. It's going to be streaming on Apple Plus, right? I think
that.
And I think that's all we know right now.
Yeah. Except
I'm excited.
we have to buy another book.
I'm going to.
I am too. I'm not. I just have, like a bookshelf of them.
I do. I have an entire little cubby of Surrender.
Yeah.
It's books and little merch from the show and more books. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind buying another copy of it, but
Right.
Though I did say to you and Garden Tart Amanda that if you choose fan club gift for 2025 is that book, I'm gonna riot something.
Well, it can't be because it is supposed to be something that's not available otherwise.
Yeah.
Which caused a bit of a stink because they sold the lyric book.
Oh, yeah. They did.
At Zoo Station.
Yeah. I don't know, but I just had this. When I read about that, I had a bad vibe.
Yeah. Well, it better not because it's supposed to be something cool.
Yeah.
They did remedy the lyric thing at Zoo Station by putting like a QR code or something in there that also got you a membership.
Oh, I didn't know that.
At least that's what they said, but I don't know. I remember some being like, let me know if you see any verbiage about that, like on the front of the book or anything. I'm like, and they're shrink wrapped, so there's nothing inside. I mean, that would make sense if you buy the book in the store and it comes with a membership.
That totally makes sense.
Because that would be the same thing as buying it online. But anyway, we won't dive into all that is U2.com's membership.
I don't generally have any complaint about the membership gifts, except that I don't have any way to play physical media unless it's a record album. And have a ton of that stuff that I've just never seen or heard because I don't have.
Right, it's just it's a collector's item. Yeah. Books are like friggin' production, so those things are crazy. And I mean, they've got to cost a lot to produce and to ship and all that. I don't know, but I love them. I'll say this one thing. Routinely, every year, okay, when they switch to the new U2.com, like everyone's membership dates got reset to like the same, I don't know what, it's like March 5th or something. I don't know. We're all like in this month period. So a lot of members have a renewal date the beginning of the year. Every year. If you're going to send out 30-day renewal notices, maybe set a little timer,
a little reminder
to turn that renewal on the website too.
You had a year. You knew it was coming.
And you don't have to know that's fine. You don't know what the gift is, whatever. But just put it up. Gift TBD.
Yeah.
You got to be able to automate that, February 1st, 2026. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling U2.com right now. February 1st, 2026. Just put it in now. Set it for a year, and it'll just show up.
It's gotta be able. They have to.
Yeah, they can't. It's just anyway. Yeah. You had a great idea for tonight.
Since it's the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, and right now they are broadcasting their anniversary thing. We're doing this and not watching it, but hopefully it'll be on.
Darn Amanda's watching it.
I saw that.
She put it on your Facebook.
Yeah. But hopefully we can watch it tomorrow on Peacock. I can't imagine why we wouldn't. But we decided to talk about U2's experiences on Saturday Night Live because that's got to be a really cool gig.
It really does. And they've been on 3 times.
Yeah.
It's like no small potatoes there.
Was it 3?
What do you think?
Why did I think there was a?
Oh, 4? They're on 4 times.
I think they were on 4 times.
You're right. You're right. 4 times. I'm incorrect. You're correct.
Okay. So, this is going to be in 3 parts. It's going to be about U2's like commercial intros, the actual performances, and then part 3 is going to be mentions of Bono, or portrayals of Bono. Okay, so well, there's not section 1 and their like little commercials. It's not a whole lot to talk about.
Right. That we could find anyway, right?
The best one was with Saoirse Ronan and YouTube and Kenan Thompson, and he says they're talking, and he says, "How am I the one without an accent here?" And yeah, and he's in New York. How am I the one without an accent? And then they all make these leprechaun noises, except for Larry, who kept a very straight face. Like, I'm not, like, he went like,
I didn't see that whole bit. I love this. Okay.
Like, he like clenched his jaws, like, I will not be a part of this. But they're all like making leprechaun noises, like a diddly diddly diddly.
I think we choke on my Baileys. Okay.
It was really good. And then there was another one with the same Saoirse. I didn't quite get that. And then
the one about the Secret Santa one?
Sucrette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the joke.
I didn't get the joke either.
Sucrettes. Yeah.
Santa.
But they were like, we don't understand. We don't understand.
We don't either. But anyway, and then there was one with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, there was one with Val Kilmer. The only one I saw was that he was like coming up next or something, U2, and then U2 went over and played a little outro music, and Bono just went, no singing, Val.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so their first appearance, which is crazy that this was their first appearance, because Saturday Night Live's been around since 1975, and the first time U2 were on there was December 9, 2000.
And it's not, I mean, Bono was portrayed before then.
Way
I believe.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, but it was season 26 and the host was Val Kilmer. Really awesome because, Bono being Bono, he like grabbed the camera and went out in the crowd and everything. And I mean, I've watched a lot of Saturday Night Lives in my life, and I've seen a lot of I've been a long time Saturday Night Live fan, and I've never seen anyone have any like interaction with the camera or the audience before. So that was kind of a big,
yeah, they really earned like a box.
Yeah.
But Bono goes out. They do Beautiful Day and Elevation. Yeah, and Bono's amped up.
Yeah.
Like, and hear those 2 songs, and of course that album did well.
Right. That was their first, but that was a big hype. I mean, yeah, really awesome. Needless to say, that was promoting All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Yes.
Okay, so the next time they were on was for How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, which I just said very clearly.
We'll see how the AI captions pick up how to dismantle an atomic bomb.
Because apparently when I say it to the AI ear, it sounds like how to smell an atomic bomb.
When we did that Tart Talk, I mean, we talked a lot about that album, like in that for months. And the different versions that the captions picked up were just, I mean, it was hysterical. There were like 5 different versions of it. And some of them were like not even relevant to any of the sounds.
Okay.
Anyway.
So the next time they were on for How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb was November 20th, 2004. It was season 30. and the host was Luke Wilson.
So according to the Saturday Night Live wiki, they played some interesting songs that night.
Yes.
Float On, Ocean Breathes, Salty,
Typo.
and I Will Follow. I'm wondering if this is also like an AI.
It might be. But so, you get 2 songs on Saturday Night Live. They did 4. So they did Vertigo.
They did 4?
4. They did Vertigo.
Okay.
Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay.
And then on the I didn't see it either. I couldn't find that video. But they did it. And then at the end, after they did their last performance, they did the goodbyes, like at the end, thank you for hosting and musical guests, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Bono gets up. He's sitting on the edge of the stage, and he gets up and does I Will Follow and All I Want Is You. And let me just say, and then he seriously went into the crowd. I mean, he made a loop of the entire theater. Like, I've never, ever seen anybody do anything like that before on Saturday night.
I saw I Will Follow. I did not see All I Want Is You. Yeah. But he was standing with, like, Luke Wilson and the cast for the goodbye, and then he just beelined for the stage, and then...
Yeah. And so...
That's my Edge impersonation.
That was... But I think this solidified his new relationship with Amy Poehler, because they did their, they were on the stage with the cast, and then they left, Bono left and went to the stage, ran around the stage some, and then came back up to where the cast was, and they were all like standing on the edge of the stage like us,
right?
Like fans with a rail spot. And Amy Poehler was like freaking the crap out right there, and he gives her a hug, sings with his arm around her and everything. And now, like when she won her Golden Globe many years ago, she sat on his lap, and he, like
give her a massage. I did not see that video. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Also, I don't remember what song it was. Vertigo? I don't remember. But one of those two performances, Bono also went and like straddled from poor lady's lap. Super inappropriately.
I also missed that.
Yeah.
I was at some point also making dinner, so I had to look away sometimes.
Yeah. And I don't remember which performance that was. I should have written it down, but I didn't have paper.
Yep. Did it seem like maybe she knew him? He knew her?
Certainly. Well, on one hand, I certainly hope so. On the other hand, maybe
maybe he just assumes everyone wants that.
Yeah, but I mean, that poor lady was like leaning back in her chair, like this is my.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, I just wanted to see Wilson.
Right.
Or I don't know, name cast member.
He was, she needed to put on her reading glasses or something. I don't know. I'd be like, who's that? Anyway, I don't remember what exact song that was, but it was, you got to go back and watch it, because it was like.
It might be Vertigo, because I don't know that I watched that one.
Okay. I think it was Vertigo, but it was really like, they can just do that. And is everybody okay with that? Because I'm not positive she was.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was super funny. So then, so I don't think anybody else just has little concerts after the show is over.
Right.
I mean, maybe they do, and we don't pay attention because they're not U2, and we don't,
possibly. And it's not, there's another, in the next one, they also play during the closing credits, because they have 3 songs in the next one in 2009.
The one I saw of that was Moment of Surrender. I didn't see the other 2. But anyway, so that was September 26th, 2009. It was season 35, and the host was Megan Fox.
Yeah, And they did Breathe, Moment of Surrender, and Ultraviolet. Breathe was, God, I fucking love that song. I don't know any other of their song that sounds like that. And maybe someone's like, oh, it's connected to this and this song. That's fine. You can tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a unicorn in the U2 catalog. It's amazing. Moment of Surrender is in like the very first line. I'm not surprised Bono didn't lower his vocal cords because he's like screaming and trying to get in this high thing. And I'm like, oh, stop. Don't, you're gonna hurt yourself.
It did sound like that.
Yeah. I happen to love that song. So I thought it was great, but also like maybe hard for the SNL crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get on Your Boots was probably great.
Right.
But then they ended with Ultraviolet, which with the
Steering wheel,
with the red steering wheel thing, microphone. So, you know, ode to 360 there.
Yeah.
And he starts the song like swinging from it. And I was like, man, I hope whoever rigged that knew what they were doing.
Right.
But it was great. It was what you would want from Ultraviolet, I guess. And I don't know. I think it's a hard stage to play on.
It's got
like it's hard to. It's got like I feel like the acoustics don't always sound great coming off on TV, and sometimes it sounds too quiet or awkward or something sounds off. So they really did turn those songs into concert moments.
Yeah, and I mean, I just, that's not what Saturday Night Live is for, but that was awesome. It should be. I mean, I've been doing, a rewatch with Garden Tart Amanda. I'm on like season 1, episode 8, maybe. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. It lined up perfectly for a second. Yeah. There have been a handful of performers that are clearly playing for the audience and but not like U2. I mean, it's just a different level. Okay, so then the next and most recent performance was December 2nd, 2017. It was the 7th episode of season 43, hosted by Saoirse Ronan. It played American Soul and Get Out of Your Own Way. When they started American Soul, the sound was really not good.
Yeah, and he was on the megaphone too, and it was...
He kind of needed to be because his vocals were not loud enough.
Right. So it opened with graphics for the TV.
Yeah.
With Kendrick Lamar. It was kind of cool to hear that song, like, quote unquote, live, like right now.
Oh, definitely. Like I was listening to it. I'm like, I gotta use one of these quotes. I gotta make like a meme of it or something.
Yeah. There was so much in there. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And the emphasis he was putting on certain things, I was like,
yeah.
Damn. I mean, it's the same dude, but still.
Those were two of my favorite performances. I mean, I think they were, that we could see. It wasn't a big audience participation bit, but they were just right on with those songs. They were just so good.
And so they also did Get Out of Your Own Way, which we know was written, Bono says he wrote it with one of his daughters in mind, but then it does become America.
Yeah.
And there's the lines that are, the slaves are looking for someone to lead them, master someone to need them. He switched it that night. He said the slaves are looking for someone to need them, and the master is looking for someone to lead them.
Interesting.
Which, he fucks shit up all the time, but it sounded deliberate.
My first thought was like, yeah, that wasn't deliberate. And then
if he messed up the first, the second line he would have just repeated the same thing.
So I think it probably, there's a 75% chance, maybe like a 65% chance that he meant to do that.
I'm gonna give him like an 80% chance. Because otherwise he would have said the slaves are looking for someone to need them, the masters are looking for someone to need. I feel like he would have said need them.
You're probably
like he would have gotten the second line correct. I don't know. Should maybe give him more credit. But that little section's always me. I've never really liked that section. Like, I don't like that mention of, I don't think the slaves are looking for someone to lead them. I don't know. I don't know what he's referencing. I mean, unless leading them to freedom. I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's never gotten any backlash, which makes me think it's fine.
Yeah.
But I liked the switch.
Yeah. Okay, so then there were several sketches with
Portrayals, which might also be betrayal.
it very well could be. So I don't know what order these come in, but first that I remember were Adam Sandler. First, he did a song as Bono, and it was really good. And I should have written down the lyric because he did this like take on Bad that was really, really good. Most of it's just nonsense, but his
Adam Sandler style nonsense.
Yeah. And I mean, for Adam Sandler to do that take on Bad, it's not that far fetched because he loves, you know, words that go together like that. He's got plenty of little.
So he really has a great voice.
He does. He's got plenty of little ditties like that. But then, so he also played Bono in two different. So he's played Bono 3 times. He did one for the original Frank Sinatra duets, and then for the second duets album, which Bono's not on.
Okay, right.
Go home to Ireland and find a bottle to sleep in or something like that. They're all. I mean, but Phil Hartman did the best. Well, no, there were several other people that did pretty good. Frank Sinatra.
It was a good Sinatra.
Yeah. And then, so another one was Fred Armisen did this, like, he had like this little mariachi band, like, but it was like a TV show with his mariachi band. And he had like a, you know.
So weird.
So weird. Anyway, his guest of the night was Bono, played by Colin Farrell.
Which, I mean, he does a pretty good Bono.
He does a really good Bono. Like, yeah.
He's already got the accent down. So.
His accent's a little too Irish to be
Irish, yeah. But he's got the
mannerisms and everything. And then at the end, he says, "I'm gonna do a song," and he does "Uno, dos, tres, catorce," and the guy's like, "Wait a minute." Fred Armisen's like, "You know what that you just said?" And so
it's Spanish. It's funny.
Yeah. And so then he gets up and actually pretends he's Bono and does the thing with the camera and everything, which is...
Yeah. You can tell he's well-versed in Bonoism.
Not just Bonoism, but Bono on Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really good job. So then there was one from this past summer where Paul Mescal, again, pretty perfect, plays Bono with Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen, which was just really cool. And they asked Bono if he had a brat summer, and he was like, global warming and starving, and
TMZ is not happy with his answers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he did a pretty good job too. Again, a little heavy on the Irish for Bono, but he got pretty good too.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. And I think the best one, which never aired, was...
I've never seen this before.
I never saw it, never heard of it. This was a total shock. But it's an outtake. I guess it was from dress rehearsal where Chris Kattan played Bono like Superman. And
an American flag.
And he had his jacket, and he had the jacket and the flag as his cape. And he went...
It's a play on the Time magazine cover where with the flag, and it says the headline's like, "Can Bono save the world?" or something like that.
Yeah. But he lands in some African village, and I don't remember all, but he flew out they're like, we need water, whatever.
He sang like 2 lines of "Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own" and was like, "You're all fixed now."
Yes. But he flies off and they have him on this harness so he could fly off. But apparently when he did, Chris Kattan turned upside down and Bono's glasses just fall on the stage.
You could see stuff flying.
It was really good.
Well, it was really good.
Yeah. Anyway, you can Google all of these.
Yeah.
And see.
And there was the one that was Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I forgot that one. That had to be the first one.
Yeah, I mean the first that because it's Joshua Tree
is and
era,
and it looks like that. I mean, it looks like
old film. Yeah.
But Alec Baldwin, his accent is way over the top.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's very Lucky Charms.
It's not a Bono accent. But he was explaining the rules of the Grammys or nominations or something like that.
Just using like Bullet the Blue Sky lyrics.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Oh, no. Anyway.
He says, these are the rules and I'm only going to say it once. And then it's like nonsense.
Yeah. It was really good. Yeah. Anyway. We should.
It was fun.
Go and I need to get back to my Saturday Night Live rewatch because I don't remember
you do.
My musical guest is right now. I don't know, but it's Candace Bergen is hosting episode 8, I think.
I love her.
Yeah, but they had a little mini Simon and Garfunkel reunion in like the second episode, and they had this dance troupe that apparently Amanda told us about it when she watched it, and somehow I missed that text. They had this dance troupe that was so amazing. They're called the Lockers.
Okay.
Google them because they have some unbelievable performances. I've never seen anything like that.
We'll look them up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else has been. I don't know, my head's just blanking right now, but it's a
Chapstick anyone?
It's a thank you. It's a big investment to rewatch something that has 50 seasons.
Yeah.
But
more power to you.
Yeah. It's going to take me 50 years to do it. But
you know how many seasons does like Criminal Minds have?
30 or something like that.
So you've done big before.
Yeah, I've done big. Not this. I've done nothing this big.
Nothing this big.
I've done large. I love big binges.
Like, I need something with more than 5 seasons.
Yeah. I need something with more than 3 seasons. That's usually what my minimum. I don't want to watch it unless it has 3 seasons.
That's fair.
But I mean, lately, I've totally broken that.
Well, because there's been some good stuff.
Yeah. Sneaky Pete only has 3 seasons.
I need to watch those.
Really good.
And I need to get back with Severance.
Me too.
I'm still I'm committed to rewatching season 1, but now I've got Handmaid's Tale because I've got plenty of time. That doesn't start till April, but I'm on a roll with it.
Yeah,
I'll get back to Severance.
Well, we were talking about Paradise, which all of the Garden Tarts are watching now, and are caught up on. And I was trying to describe it to my brothers, and I said it's like The West Wing and The Handmaid's Tale and Lost and This Is Us. And
I don't see a Handmaid's Tale, but
they're in
I do see
this apocalyptic.
Right.
Well, I don't want to tell anybody if you heard that.
Right.
Sorry.
But and then some I'm not going to say, but some Stephen King reference stuff. Yeah. There's definitely.
It's a little bit of Gilmore Girls. That's the set. It's exactly.
Yeah.
This Is Us and.
Oh, and on the Paul Mescal one, the last question was rank Rory's boyfriend.
Yeah. And what is it?
In order, and they all did the same thing.
What was it? Because my ranking is different from everybody else's ranking, I think. Let me see.
I don't remember.
I gotta see that because I find objection with that ranking a lot. See what I mean?
You have to try the tiramisu. So they give you a tiny spoon.
They tiramisu.
Oh, you're testing me, Bono, like Job, Christ in the wilderness.
Forgot about the tiramisu.
Chloe, I legally have to ask, did you have a glass?
Paul Mescal's Bono has a little teeny shot glass with a little spoon, and it's tiramisu, and he's all excited about it. As I'm sure Bono would be.
Yes.
And based on your answer so far, there's no way it's going to be good. Terrain, Rory Gilmore, what would it be? Well,
Interesting. I say Logan Justine, but drunk me.
I think, having not watched it in a million years, that I would do just Logan Dean.
I know that Garden Tart Amanda would. I don't know why, but I feel like Logan feels like the worst mistake to make, and that's why I picked him.
That's why you pick him first?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Jess, you can get him to behave, and Dean's just not even there.
Tell us how you rank Rory Gilmore's boyfriend.
Yes, he is. Really?
And
No, because something wrong with me? Probably.
yeah, but maybe there's something wrong with me too for doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all.
The popular opinion
Right.
is not my opinion, but it's just like songs. I don't like single.
But you don't like popular opinion
I
anyway.
don't like popular.
You're like, don't tell me what to do.
No, that's my
Of course you're like,
DJ.
if Jess is the best, of course you're going to be like, no.
Yeah.
Don't tell me he's the best.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure that he's not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very on brand for you.
Yeah. And it just makes a lot of sense.
Okay, crew. We'll tune in next week for We Don't Know What.
Who the hell knows?
It'll happen.
Yeah. Well,
And
we did not talk politics
on purpose.
on purpose, so hopefully we won't do that again next week because it just makes me depressed.
And it's just silly to give it any attention
It is
here in this space.
here because we're just preaching to the choir.
Right. Okay, crew.
Next week. Oh, P.S.
Stay safe.
Happy belated Valentine's Day. I feel like we could have done something and I forgot to do it.
Happy belated Valentine's Day and happy belated Galentine's Day.
Yeah, I should have made graphics, but I forgot.
Well, set a reminder for February 14th, 2026.
A whole year.
Set it to post automatically.
Yes.
And we'll learn from youtube.com/
Mistakes.
Not hard.
No.
Okay, crew.
Okay,
We'll see you next
thanks for
week.
listening.
Okay.
We'll be back next week with more U2ish content.
In the meantime, keep chatting with us on social media at _Garden Tarts.
Sign up for our newsletter at thegardentarts.com and share with your YouTube friends.
You can support us on Patreon, buy me a coffee, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts, a U2ish podcast with the Garden Tarts, is created, produced, and edited by us, the Garden Tarts.
Intro and outro music by December.
See you next week.